How to handle your divorce. Are you done with your spouse and can't stand to see his or her face anymore? Have you given your very best to a relationship and not gotten at least the same back? Are you feeling scared, lonely, fearful, stressed, exhausted, confused, and absolutely heartbroken and don't know where to begin and what to do in order to straighten out that tangled, messy web of your life? Then keep watching. That feeling you get in your stomach when your heart's broken. It's like all the butterflies just died. Love is beautiful, but divorce is peaceful. In this video, I will try to make your life easier by sharing dope info about this massive subject on which millions of books, articles, and videos and research papers published are already out there, but not enough just because the topic is so complex. But before I get into handling divorce, if there is a teeny tiny bit doubt that you may be rushing or whether or not this relationship is worth giving another try, please check out my videos, how to know when it's over and how to know when to end a relationship. That might be helpful. Now that that's out of the way, let's dive into the video. So, assuming you are 100% definitely, positively, absolutely sure that you want a divorce, how do you go about it? There are so many loose ends, where to begin, what to think of, what to do. It is overwhelming in the beginning when you have the honest realization that this marriage is over and a divorce is imminent. Hence, there are 3 key aspects that I advise my readers and viewers to divide their plan into. So, the 3 aspects are as follows. The first is a financial aspect. The second is a legal aspect. And the third is the emotional aspect. Let me begin with the financial aspect. Technically, I was going for the legal aspect first, but I actually suggest the financial aspect should be your first priority because to get a divorce, you would need a lawyer and pay them good money. And if you do not have money, think about the money first. My viewers come from all parts of the world, so I acknowledge that in many countries, women are not allowed to hold a job. Hence, no income, hence no way of getting out of a shitty marriage. If you are in a privileged position of having your own job and income, try securing it so your husband can't financially drain you in order to keep his hold on you. If you don't have an income or a job, but do have a bank account, please put some money in there and save, borrow, do whatever it takes. Sell old stuff on eBay. Think of whatever jewelry you own, and if someone else in the husband's family is holding it, make an excuse and get your jewelry back. I cannot tell you how many well-educated, well-to-do middle and upper-class family women tell me every single day their jewelry is taken over by their husband or his mom under the guise of, oh, we'll keep it safe for you in the locker. And the poor woman, ultimately, if she runs for her life, she has to leave all of her jewelry behind. So that's a major setback. So go get that back, make an excuse or whatever and hold it. Keep it safe in your house or give it to someone you trust, a family or a friend outside the in-laws' house if you fear that they will snatch it from you. Now, let's say you don't have an income or a job and you don't have jewelry to help you get some financial stability for your life. You will have to ask your family and friends for help. If your family is from a privileged background and are willing to help you get divorced and stand on your feet until you sort out your financial situation, that is the last resort and weirdly also is the best case scenario. If you don't have any of the above, no job, no income, no jewelry, no family support, then I'm sorry, but you either would have to go to a homeless shelter or a women's shelter in your country if your country has one. or you will have to wait until you secure a job or save money from your husband's wallet slowly. That's the only way, because I cannot stress this enough. You are going to need money. Now, the second aspect, which is the legal aspect. This largely depends on the country that you're based in, and it also helps if you're a Muslim woman. I know many people think that stereotype image that Muslim women are oppressed and all, but not only is that stereotype actually stupid, you should know that Islam gives Muslim women the right to apply for a khula. Khula is a divorce when the woman initiates it, and no husband in the world can forcefully keep a woman in that marriage if she applies for a khula. Of course, there are lots of things that you'll have to forego, but the whole point is that the option is there. The tragedy, however, is that in many places the local imams who are supposed to grant this khula either favor the husband and make some excuse to not do this, or they ask the woman to go to this office and that office and tire her out. Khula is the cheapest and the best way to get a divorce, because you don't need a lawyer, spend hours and hours in court dates, or explain yourself to greedy lawyers who then extort both parties and make money off of you. Divorce cases are big business, and if a Muslim woman wants, she can get her family together, invite the local imam, the husband and his people. They can sit together, negotiate, and discuss the details of the divorce, and after a merely 20-minute meeting, both parties sign and divorce is accomplished. If you're not a Muslim or a local imam isn't helping you out, you can also, of course, apply to the court. But before you apply, here is what you need to think about. Will this be a mutual divorce? Is your spouse ready to just mutually, respectfully sign the papers and part ways? If you have kids, who gets custody and for how long? What common assets you have that will be divided? And the two most important questions of all. One, will you be claiming alimony and child support? If yes, how much? Will you be pressing charges for domestic abuse, adultery, financial fraud? I say these are the two most important things to think about, because to be able to fight a court case for these two things, you should be prepared to spend a good amount of money. Now, I know you feel betrayed, cheated, broken. You cannot stand the injustice that has happened with you. I mean, how on earth, right? But I tell you this with all my heart and love that I can muster. The harsh truth is that the world is an unjust place. And if you are in a non-Western societies, the chances are that he's gonna get away with it. And although it may seem like we live in a world that has rules and laws and the police and the judiciary and everything, but darling, all those things are for the rich. For poor people, there is heartbreak, injustice, oppression, wishful thinking, and death. Sorry to paint this grim reality, but it is no point if I give you big hopes and promises about taking revenge with your husband or wife, making sure you teach them a lesson, giving them a taste of their own medicine, and all those things people say. You will, of course, love me for saying that. Maybe give the video an immediate thumbs up just for saying that. But then you will Google local lawyers in the area, and then you will go to their fees section and you will realize maybe you didn't spend that much on your wedding day as much these lawyers are asking just for a fucking consultation. That's when you have a nervous breakdown. So if you can afford a lawyer, you're among the lucky ones. You know what? Go for it. He abused you? Drag his ass for domestic abuse and assault. He took your money or jewelry? Sue him for financial fraud. He cheated on you or betrayed you in some way? Claim half ownership of everything he owns, including his last sock and man panties, and make sure he ends up like Mark in that movie, The Other Woman. More power to you, hallelujah. But for the rest of us, even claiming for child support and maintenance can take up way longer than you want, especially talking about the Asian, Indian, Pakistani societies. In the West, it could still be tough with the women's shelters, government's help, food stamps, council support. You at least know that you won't be on the street. I know it's not a lot, but at least it is something. You can survive. For my girls in India, though, there is no support from the government at all. And every other day we hear in the news that some women's shelter was being used by the local politicians or businessmen as a front for sex trafficking. So unless I have personal faith in a woman's shelter, I won't suggest you with a light heart to expect them to help you out with anything. I want to talk about what to look for in a good divorce lawyer so as to help you pick the right person, but in order to keep the video brief, I think I'll make a separate video for it, so please check that out. The third and the last aspect is the emotional aspect. Now, no matter how many times you have made up your mind, no matter how many times he has broken your heart, no matter how sure you are about this, that final moment will still be difficult for most of you. No matter how cool you both are, which, let's be honest, most people aren't taking divorce because they are the best of friends and have a high level of mutual understanding. No matter how much it hurt to be with that person, breaking off that final moment of signature will hurt more. Hurt like nothing ever hurt before in your life. That doesn't mean you secretly still want that person though. But because you once fell in love with this person, took vows in front of hundreds of people, your beloved family and friends, to love each other, and maybe you thought that that time only death will do you part. But here you are. No, death didn't separate you, life did. Life with this person that you once loved has become so debilitating and excruciating that you cannot take it forward anymore. You feel sad day to day because of that shared past, a shared history you had with this person. This is all going to change forever. You see, even a dead clock shows the correct time twice in 24 hours, right? So, a person is horrible 24/7? No, of course not. Despite all the bad things, this person would have maybe loved you at some point. Maybe he was kind to you. Maybe he complimented you once in a while. Maybe you both laughed at the same jokes and did romantic things in the bedroom that you both enjoyed. What I see every day is that even in the worst of marriages, there was some good, of course. That's why you stayed this long, right? Otherwise, you would have walked out the door in 15 seconds after meeting this person. But you didn't, because this person held you, comforted you, maybe even loved you. Treat a divorce like the death of a loved one, because just how when someone dies, you are left behind with grief, unresolved business, unanswered questions. Similarly, in most divorce cases, you will feel the same grief. But this time, it's not the death of a person, but of a relationship. So, my darling, grieve. Take time off. Burn or bury the reminders of the relationship. Be it photographs, silly notes, whatever. Return or donate gifts so you don't have to look at them. Cry, oh yes, cry your eyes out, loud and with all your heart. In order for you to heal, you need to go through this process. There is no way around it. You have to go through it. Seek professional therapy if you find yourself stalking the person on social media or longing for his or her phone call or text after the divorce is done, or during that even. Hell, reach out to me and vent out your feelings. If you got no one around to support you, I am here for you. And just like that, few hours will turn into days. Days will turn into a week. And soon you will start to feel like your old self again. Go get a new haircut, get a whole damn new wardrobe, change your style, dye your hair red, go blonde, heck, chop them all off for all I care. You do you. Whatever makes you feel confident, daring, and alive. Travel if you can. Trust me, it's not the end of the world. I want to end the video by quoting Jennifer Weiner, who very rightly said, "Divorce isn't such a tragedy. A tragedy is staying in an unhappy marriage, teaching your children the wrong things about love." Nobody ever died of divorce. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who could use this advice. Take care. Bye-bye.